All right, cool. Just quickly, hopefully you guys have got a screen down your right hand side, little sidebar thing, which should have a little chat box over there somewhere. If you can just pipe up in the chat box and let me know you guys can hear me, okay? Just type whatever in, just let me know you're here, and then we can crack on. So I said right hand side of your screen, you should have a little chat box. I said if you just pipe up in there. All right, cool. Just quickly. Hopefully you guys have got. Cool, yeah. So I said if you can just pipe up in that little chat box, let me know you can hear us okay, and then we'll be good to go. I'll just pipe up in a group just in case you guys can't hear me. All right. Cool, there we go. Wicked, you're here. All right, sorry. That was me being computer retarded. Right, cool. So look, guys, I'm going to show you my screen. And then what we're going to do is I'm just basically going to talk you through the whole nutritional side of the program. And then we're going to have a little bit more of a chat about the training. I'll leave the chat box thing up for you guys so you can just ask any questions that you have as we go through. And then we can then we'll kind of crack on. This should, touch wood, be getting recorded right now as well. So all being well, you'll be able to access it again. All right, let's have a look. And hopefully, as I said, you guys should be able to see my screen right about now. Again, just pipe up in that chat box, guys. Just let me know you can see the screen okay. And then we can crack on. I'll get onto the Facebook page and everything, and we'll get into it. So I said, if you can see my screen, just pipe up just so I know that you're all good, and we'll be ready to roll. All right, so again, if just pipe up, guys, and there we go, cool. Steve's piped up. All right, cool. That's good enough for me, guys. So look, let's get right on it. I'm going to leave that chat box open for you guys. So any questions we have as I go through, just pipe up and type them in there, okay? What I'll do, I'll go through every now and again, and I'll just have a look at questions. So any you got, just pipe up in that box there, and then we get ready to crack on with everything. All right, cool. So I'm just in the coaching group here, in the file section, which hopefully everyone's well acquainted with right now. All right. So what we're going to do is go through this nutrition overview. All righty. So hopefully you've watched the video here, which should explain a bunch of stuff. I said I'm going to go through it in a little bit more detail for you guys today. So I'm trying to keep this as concise as possible for you. All right. We've basically got A meals and we've got B meals. Your A meals are your super healthy ones. All right. And your B meals are the kind of whatever you want to have meals. In it, pretty much. Okay, so there's actually no banned foods on the program. All right, the majority of food, as I said, is going to be from healthy, fresh sources, and then as I said, there's the odd bit of naughtiness creeping in there as well. All right, so what we need to know, the basics, and this is what you're following for those A meals. Okay, so the super healthy ones. What we're doing is cutting the crap out of your diet and fueling your body with fresh, wholesome, natural foods. Right, you want to do this for ideally the first 21 days, but like in a nutshell, really, the whole program is obviously best. So I mean, if you only manage to be super good for 21 days, then obviously you're only going to get great results 21 days. If you can stick that out for the whole program, then brilliant. That's obviously what we want you guys to do. Okay, so here's what we're looking to do. Right, we're getting rid of a bunch of foods, and again, this is for your A meals, not everything. So we're binning off wheat, gluten, and yeast, so pasta, cereals, breads, any type of flour, really, biscuits, cakes, pastries, Marmite stock, all those things. Okay, Now, there are alternatives to pretty much everything. When it comes to pasta, yes, you can eat a type of pasta. I'd actually go for a rice pasta. I actually think I've got it up here because I looked just now. It's Tulsi tea. If you have a look on Amazon, or you can get this stuff in Sainsbury's. Dove's pasta is great. This is like a rice pasta. Organic brown rice pasta. I'm pretty sure all that's in there is just brown rice, okay, which is brilliant. That one there's pretty tasty as well. Another rice-based pasta. So something like that instead of a normal standard wheat pasta is great. All right. Breads, like stay away from gluten-free breads, and I mean you shouldn't need to eat any bread, to be honest. So try and stay away from that anyway. Cakes, just don't eat. Pastries also. Stock cubes, you know, you can, if you need to use a stock cube, get yourself. I quite like the Kallo ones. I think it's Kallo. Let's have a look on there. Again, there's some organic gluten-free stock cubes. Okay, so something like that, absolutely fine. Should do a job beautifully for you. Okay. All right, dairy, some milk, cheese, yogurt, butter, all those sorts of things. You want to stay clear of from most of your meals as well. If you like your milk and stuff, then use your coconut milk or an almond milk. Almond milk, you can get like a few different brands. I quite like the Alpro one's okay. Minimum crap in there, so that's all good. And then coconut-based one you can use. I think it's Kolo or Coco or something along those lines. K-O-K-O or K or K. K-O-L-O or K-O, one of the two. Next up, caffeine, okay? Tea, coffee, green tea, Red Bull, Coke. Hopefully no one drinks the last two of those anyway because it's honking and just death for your body. And we want to steer clear of like anything decaffeinated as well. If you want a naturally caffeine-free herbal tea or fruit tea, absolutely fine. Tulsi tea, which you saw just on the screen just now. Again, you can find that on Amazon. I quite like the Pucker brand one. It's pretty tasty. So that's something to maybe check out as well. That's actually something which is called an adaptogen, and it can actually help to reduce your cortisol, which is stress hormone levels. So that's something to have a look at. Booze, we want to steer clear of course, as well. If you can keep that out for up to 4 weeks, then brilliant. If you can do the full 6 weeks, even better. Absolute minimum really is to go, the first couple of weeks without any booze, okay? But as I said, if you can, if you stay clear of it for 6 weeks, then even better, all right? Anything that's got added sugar in there, again, keep that booted up. So don't be cooking with white sugar, brown sugar, syrups, including agave nectar, which we used to use on a load of recipes, but I'm really not a fan of it, to be honest, so just boot it right out. It's not the greatest thing. It was kind of the best of a bad bunch. The pre-packed fruit juice, packaged processed foods, all those things, will basically, anything like that is just going to spike your blood sugar and your insulin levels, okay, which isn't good. It's going to turn your body into a fat storing zone, and what we want to do is turn you into a fat burning zone. All right, and anything processed really, so ready meals, microwave meals, low-fat options, fizzy drinks, pureed fruits, all those sorts of things. Try and steer clear of as well. I'm not a massive fan of deli meats either, really, to be fair. You can always get better quality meat elsewhere. Then the moral of the story, when it comes to optimizing health, well-being, body composition, energy levels, fresh equals best. I'm just going to check and see if we've got any questions just on that stuff super quick, and then we'll get back on to everything else. All right, no questions in there, wicked. So hopefully it's all good. As I said, if you do get questions, just pipe up as we go through. Cool. So by the way, remember all this stuff here, it's not like you're never going to eat it again. As I said, there's nothing completely banned. So in like in the B meals, which we'll go through, you can eat those foods. All right. Caffeine and alcohol, try and steer clear of those again, at least for the first couple of weeks. The other stuff is not completely banned, as I kind of said. So the stuff that you can eat for these A meals is basically natural, fresh food, right? So all this stuff listed here. So yeah, meat, fish, shellfish, eggs, poultry, fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, all that sort of stuff. If the majority of your diet consists of single ingredient foods, so like chicken or a carrot, all the single ingredient foods you can eat, then you're laughing. Okay, if you're making a meal with loads of foods, which if you look on the back of the packet, it's got 100 different ingredients, not healthy. If you're cooking a meal which you're just using a bunch of different single ingredient foods, chances are pretty healthy. All right, somebody's got a decent balance of like some protein, some carbs, and some fats in there as well. Winner. All right, little note on potatoes and grains and stuff. You can eat potatoes, sweet potatoes, all good. Excuse me. Rice, quinoa, millet, those things are all good as well. Oats, okay, a bit of that's cool. What I'd recommend, and don't stress this too much. The worst thing you do is stress out too much in nutrition. But 1 or 2 portions on training days, okay? A portion being pretty much a decent fistful. And on non-training days, I'd steer clear of starchy carbs as best you can as well. Okay, so on a non-training day, so like a Tuesday, Thursday, for instance, I try and go, just load up with veggies and salad as opposed to things like rice and rice pasta and sweet potatoes and stuff. All right. Bottom line, if you're not going to be using a bunch of energy by doing the training, you're not going to need to be refueling with a bunch of extra carbohydrate. All right, so the stuff you want to drink: water, lots of it, at least a couple of liters a day. I mean, if you're on the slightly heavier side, then you're probably looking 3 to 4 liters. If you're on the smaller side, then 2 or 3 liters is absolutely fine. If your body's dehydrated, you're not going to burn enough fat. All right. Again, like ideally, is if you can drink a liter per 50 pounds of body weight, then that's great. But then if you've got like a 250-pound person, then it's quite hard to get 5 liters of water down. So long as you're getting 2 or 3 liters down a day, then that's something to build from. All right. Herbal and fruit tea do count. Okay. So naturally caffeine-free hot drinks are cool. As you spoke about decaf stuff as well. Again, if you keep the coffee out for the first couple of weeks, up to 4 weeks if you can, then great. And then, if you want to have a cup of coffee a day or, every couple of days, then all good. All right. So shopping list, I'm not going to go through this because it's pretty self-explanatory. So what we're going to do is go through the naughty food element. I'll just check, see if we've got any questions, and then we'll get right onto it. All right, where we're looking. What about, okay, alternatives to water. So if you're looking at water, then you want to drink lots of it. Okay. I mean, there's not really an alternative to water. You want to hydrate with water. If you want to make it more interesting, then citrus fruits are great. So chop up some lemons, some lime, some orange, some grapefruit, slam as much of that stuff in there as you want, and you can drink that to your heart's content still. And one of my favorites is actually fresh mint with a bit of cucumber as well. If you chuck a load of that into a jug or in a bottle, bang it in the fridge, something like that's really nice, real refreshing. So that's all good. But just drink water. I mean, water. No one can ever say water doesn't taste nice. It doesn't freaking taste of anything. So just drink a load of it. All right. What about beetroot? Yeah, you can eat beetroot too. That's absolutely fine. No problem. Get it down. Darren, squash. No. Ian, also squash. No. Anything that's got like artificial sweetness in there, again, keep it out. All right. Again, if you want to flavor your water, citrus fruits, bit of fresh mint, something like that is all good. Otherwise, just drink water. It's like you're drinking it for a purpose, which is to hydrate and get you super healthy, as opposed to going out into town and ordering a bottle of finest water instead of like a champagne. All right, so just get it down and then you're living a dream. All right, cool. Let's move on. So the naughty food element. So as I said, these are your B meals. All right. So again, this is pretty simple. All right. If you want something that's sweet, starchy, not strictly good, such something like bread, a chocolate bar, ice cream, or naughty pasta, so wheat-based pasta, then that's fine. However, what I want you to do, and this is talking about food timing, okay, nutrient timing. I want you to get those foods down within half an hour of finishing your training. All right. And you must also eat that food accompanied by some lean protein, such as chicken, turkey breast, egg whites, white fish, vegan protein powder. There's a link for that at the bottom of this file as well, which you can hit. The reason is these sugary, it's typically the sugary, starchy foods that people want to eat, and they're the naughty ones that people seem to miss when they're doing a nutrition program, which is telling them not to eat it. Okay. Now, these foods are the ones which have a big impact on your blood sugar levels. Okay, when you eat like a starchy carb or like a sugary carb, that's going to increase your blood sugar levels. Your body's then going to send out a boatload of insulin. Okay, which is then going to drop your blood sugar levels back down. But actually, typically, too much insulin will get sent out. It's not great news for fat loss, because what's going to happen is actually going to turn your body into a fat storing zone. All right, insulin is a storage hormone. We do not want a load of that floating around. This is one of the reasons why, and I'm going to write a blog on this, it's one of the reasons why eating kind of 6 meals a day isn't the greatest thing for fat loss. It's because rather than spiking your blood sugar levels like maybe 3 times a day, you're actually doing it up to 6 times a day, which can lead to storing more fat. Okay, so as I said, I'll do a blog on that soon. So within about half an hour of finishing training, your body's basically got this kind of window where it's actually primed for in absorbing nutrients. All right, so within that time, we actually want to increase your blood sugar levels. in order to get some get some fuel back into your muscles, okay, so they can start rebuilding stronger and ready to rumble for the next day and everything. All right. Now, what insulin is going to do at this time is actually then going to shuttle the carbohydrates and the proteins, which you'll eat as well. It's going to shuttle that stuff to your muscles to refuel it nice and fast. All right. I said you want to have lean protein down there as well. All right. So, I mean, the optimal, obviously, after training is to eat like a clean source of sugar or a clean source of carbohydrate, or, not a naughty one. But no, this is the time. If you want to have like a chocolate bar or something, then, I said, get that down after you finish training. And it's going to have much less effect on you in terms of gain weight and everything. And in fact, can actually be something that can potentially help you on your fat loss journey as well. All right. So again, any sugary, starchy, naughty foods, get them down within half an hour of finishing training. All right. Hopefully, as I said, you're not reading this thinking, yeah, I can eat loads of crap after training, because it's not the case. What I don't want you to do is tuck into a freaking Domino's just after you've done fitness camp at 7:15 in the morning, because obviously that's not going to help anyone. But as I said, if you want to smash back a chocolate bar on your way back from training, and then get like a protein shake down, or then get some chicken and veggies down, absolutely fine. Crack on with it. That's the time I tell you to eat it. Okay. I actually know a guy who did like a fat loss program once. This is another trainer, pretty big time, who he actually thought he'd try out eating a load of donuts after he finished training, believe it or not. I think he actually got some all right results from it, interestingly enough. Anyway, so that's pretty much what we're looking for. Okay. If you want, for like a full on meal after training. So for instance, if you train in the evening, then, your kind of, your B meal, for instance, could consist of, some normal pasta, so like wheat-based pasta with like a shot bought tomato sauce and like some chicken or something in there as well to get the protein. So something like that is absolutely fine. It's nice, easy, simple, quick meal, and like it's as I said, it's not it's not the strictest of strict 100% healthy, but it's it's a decent enough meal which is going to give you the kind of nutrients that you want to be getting down after training. All right, so hopefully that's relatively helpful in terms of kind of explaining the nutrition for you. Talking about snacking, try not to snack in between your main meals, but if you do need something like a protein based is much better than like a carbohydrate dense snack as well. All right. So let me just double check, see if we've got any questions again. Is a protein drink good to drink after the workouts? Protein good after? Yeah. So I mean, if you've got a protein shake, then yeah, smash that back straight after training. Absolutely. Again, you want to make sure you want to make sure after training, guys, ideally you get some carbohydrate down and you get some protein down without much fat and without much fiber. Okay, so something relatively optimal would be like a protein shake with like a banana. So you've got some non-fibrous carbs in the banana, and then you've got the protein. So those two things are going to work together, get shuttled to your muscles, and get you into, well, just to help your body recover, basically. I got another question. Why is coconut oil good for you, as it's in most of your recipes? Yeah, coconut oil is good. I'll try and pop a post up, because there's a whole bunch of things. I mean, if you just Google why is coconut oil good for you, there'll be a twat load of reasons come up. But if I give you just two straight away, is as a cooking oil, it's basically very stable when you heat it. Okay, if you give you this example, if you cook with like olive oil or vegetable oil, okay, and then you leave, it's obviously liquid at room temperature. You cook with that, it stays liquid. The next day, if you couldn't be bothered to clear the pan up, you'll see it's solidified. Okay, basically the chemical composition has actually changed, and it's kind of rendered that fat as largely unhealthy and unhelpful to your body and your performance. Okay, because I said it's kind of neither one type of fat nor the other. It's kind of some bastardized fat in the middle there. Coconut oil, on the other hand, is solid at room temperature. It will go liquid when you cook it, and it'll be back to solid if you leave it again. Okay, so it's very stable when you cook with it, in so much as the chemical composition isn't going to be changing. It's always going to be that good quality saturated fat. Okay? So that's one reason. The other reason is it kind of acts like a carbohydrate without actually kind of spiking your blood sugar levels. So you can actually get energy from coconut oil in a relatively kind of quick acting energy from coconut oil without it having a big impact on any sort of impact on your blood sugar levels as well. So yeah, coconut oil is a nuts. That's it. If you want to, I mean, there's so much information on it. If you want to just find out a load of reasons, it's great. Just Google it, and you'll find a whole bunch of stuff comes up. There's a few really good posts actually. But yeah, coconut oils are nuts. It's really, really good. It's actually something that's good for quashing cravings as well. If you're someone who actually craves like sweet stuff or chocolates and stuff, what I'll do every now and again, if I'm being real good, is I'll literally get like a like a dessert spoonful of coconut oil, a bit of cinnamon, a teaspoon of cinnamon. So I just mix it up and just eat it, like just off the spoon. Pretty, relatively tasty, and that is actually something that actually can help with stopping cravings as well. So that's pretty cool. So coconut oil, as I said, is a nut. Fizzy water, you can drink fizzy water. Yeah, if you want to drink that, that's absolutely no problem. Yeah, by all means, get some fizzy water down every now and again. All right, cool. Let's go through the rest of this stuff. Cool. So what I've given you here is just an example few days. All right. So you can read through all this, but it's pretty much giving you the example. So if you're training 6:30 in the morning, finishing 7:15, by about 7:45, you can smash back a B meal. All right. So one of the naughty ones. So something here. Again, remember we want carbohydrate, relatively fast acting, with protein. So here what we've got is some granola. Again, that's carbohydrate, pretty fast acting, so it's sugary. With some live yogurt, okay, so there's a little dairy source there. You get some probiotics in the actual yogurt there as well. So you've got a nice bit of sugars here, and then you've got some proteins and a little bit of healthy fat in the eggs there as well. So something like that straight after training, that's pretty decent. A lot of people's normal breakfast might be granola and yogurt. That's just a freaking sugar fest in a normal situation. But right here, after you finish training, your body's going to use those sugars. It's again going to use the sugars here to help shuttle the proteins into the muscles to help turn you into absolute badass. All right. Then the next meal there, we've gone for like a higher fat meal. So, a leafy salad, baked salmon, a few blueberries there as well. So something like that. Salad, go nuts on the stuff. Chuck as much on it as you want. I'll go bonkers when I'm eating salad. I'll smash back, if I'm going like carbless on it, I'll smash back avocado, an olive oil based dressing, and like an oily fish. Okay, so 3 decent quality fat sources in there, absolutely fine. And then 6 o'clock there, I've put steak and steamed veggies is fine. So something along those lines. All right, that's not exactly what you have to eat, but along those lines. Another example here: cut a slice of toast with 5 scrambled egg whites. Now, if you wanted, you could even make that white toast, okay? Because the white bread is going to be even faster acting than the brown toast in terms of getting the sugars into your body. So if you smash that back with some scrambled egg whites, again, we don't want to go nuts on the fat there post workout. So something like that is again a pretty decent breakfast, which for some people would be normal, I suppose. But yeah, so something like that in the morning. It take you 5 minutes, all good. And then again, pretty simple examples there. Now here what we've got is if you're training in the evening, all right, so you've got a lower carbohydrate, still relatively high protein, and a decent bit of fat in breakfast there. Roasted veggies, you've got some carbs in there, and then some grilled chicken, basically a little pre-training snack just to keep the wolf from the door. Because if you're eating lunch at 1 and dinner at 7:30, you probably want to get something in here as well. So apple with a bit of almond butter spread on it is lovely jubbly. And then you're training. Then after training again, within about half an hour, we've got this pasta, tomato-based sauce, bit of tuna. If you want to smash down some berries or like a homemade ice cream or something like that, then that's the time to smash that back there as well. All right. So this is, I said, hopefully it's relatively simple. I've tried to make this as simple to follow as possible. In a nutshell, you're eating pretty healthy, but after you finish training, if you want to have like a naughty-based carb or like a slightly naughtier feed, then that's the time to do it. All right, so I said there's no completely banned foods. We're just telling you when's a better time to eat the slightly naughtier things. Okay, non-training days, as I said, you won't be having your B meals on a non-training day. You don't need to get the naughty stuff in here. Okay, so like a omelette, mixed veggies, beef salad, avocado, and again some good fats in there. Poached fish, veggies, cauliflower mash. So that's a low carb day. Okay, so we're going for a low carb day on a non-training day. So as I said, we don't need to be getting all the carbohydrates in there if we're not going to be using them. All right. And you should have refueled well enough from the day before's workout in order to to have your body's glycogen stored, stored carbohydrate all kind of up the scratch. All right. So there's a link for like a vegan protein. Another one you can use is let me just type it in. I actually use Reflex Nutrition as another one, and then myprotein.com. If you go on there, there's another one. I think there. Don't use soy protein. It's the devil. I'll write on soy another time. But use their vegan blend, and that's all good. Yeah. So yeah, stay away from anything soy based. Even on your naughtier meals, I'll stick an article about soy up at some point soon as well. All right, let me just have a little look and see if there's any more questions in there. How strict is meal times? Because normally I don't finish work till 10, then I have a last meal. So yeah, Ian, those meal times aren't strict. With the nutrition plan, guys, and the sample meal plan I've given you there, it's not a you must eat this at this time. It's a here's an example of how a day might look. So if you're finishing work at 10, and then you have your last meal at that time, that's fine. What I typically go for at that time is something that's got some protein in there. Maybe some healthy fats, but I'd go carbless if you're eating that late at night, really, because you shouldn't need to be stocking up then. So something that, if you're finishing work at 10, mate, I'd probably go for something like an omelette with some like steamed veggies would be pretty good at that time of night. To be fair, something along those lines. Or if you're not that hungry, then you could smash back like a protein shake. So some Sun Warrior with chucking a handful of spinach, some almond milk, maybe a bit of almond butter, a handful of like frozen berries, something along those lines, and just smash that back. And you get a bunch of good nutrients in, but you're not going to bed with a massive full stomach. Yeah. Darren's asked, any nuts in particular that are good or bad? Typically the nuts that will be, nuts will actually still spike your blood sugar levels. Something like almonds is something that's it's got a less of a it's lower down the glycemic index basically. So something like almonds is going to have less of an effect on your blood sugar levels than most other nuts. So almonds are a pretty good one to have. But if you want to have a freaking handful of monkey nuts or something, go for it. Every now and again, yeah, for sure. If you want to have some Brazil nuts every now and again, go for it. There's no completely right or wrong answer really, and so long as you're not sitting there like a 400-gram bag of mixed nuts and nailing it in a day, then you can't go too far wrong with the odd nut here and there. Similarly with seeds as well. If you want to smash back some seeds, it's all good as well. Okay, loaded with some good healthy fats, stuff that your body can use, which is all good. All right, cool. So keep the questions coming, guys. That's absolutely fine. And what I'll do, I'll just have a little float through the group and just see if there's any that I need to answer. So we kind of covered meal times on there. Where are we looking? Tomorrow I'll try and smash up another meal plan for you guys as well. All right, so there'll be a few more meal ideas for you. Thing to do as well is to have a look through the cookbooks, and you can kind of obviously pick and choose meals in there, which might be a good idea for you. All right, cool. Cool. I think we spoke about sugar-free squash as well. Any advice on types of food allowed if your taste is? Rachel, if your food taste is quite plain and simple, just eat plain and simple food. Yeah, if you're someone who likes chicken, broccoli, carrot, cabbage, and cauliflower mash, you bloody go for it. It's absolutely fine. If you're boring with your nutrition, then you're not really too fussed about it, then that's fine. So so long as you're getting a decent selection of veggies down, you maybe rotating your protein source as well, so not just having chicken every meal, for instance. Then you can't go too far wrong there, mate. Let's have a look. So we spoke about that, Brian. Cool idea. Workouts to do Monday, Wednesday, Fridays when you're away. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, guys, over in the file section, we'll do it tomorrow, it should be. Over here, I'm going to put up some contingency workouts. We didn't do it last week because you don't want to overcomplicate things or confuse people. But yeah, there'll be a file in there, which is going to give you some extra workouts that you can do if you want to do them. And they'll be there for if you miss a session, then you can just smash that as a contingency workout, guys. Okay, cool. Your soup recipes are amazing. I've made 3 so far. Good job, Thomas. I don't notice you ever bringing any in for me, but maybe one day. Barbara, coconut oil is in Asda and Helen's, but it's very expensive. Yeah, I mean, coconut, you know, like, so's petrol, is what I say, but it's good. You know, coconut oil, you know, you don't want to buy the cheap stuff because it's kind of bottom of the barrel crap. And you know, been more processed. But yeah, if you spend, for instance, like 10 quid on a jar of coconut oil, then, you know, to me that's not expensive in the slightest. Not because I'm super rich, because I'm not, but because, you know, a 400 or 800 gram jar of coconut oil, if I use it like every day, is going to last me probably 6 weeks. So you're looking at like less than £1 a week. So yeah, I mean, yeah, don't worry about spending 10 or 15 quid on some coconut oil, because, as I said, you'll have it for like 6 weeks or so. So when you think about it, you know, you'll spend more on freaking bread that most people would do than they would do on like coconut oil or something. Yeah, so don't shy away from coconut oil just because it costs you 10 or 15 quid. What you want to look for in your coconut oil, guys, is it wants to be cold pressed extra virgin. All right, so cold pressed extra virgin, and you can't go wrong. Let's have a look. The one I like is one of the ones I like is Biona, the organic one here. What we got there? So 23 quid there for like 800 grams. Yeah, and you know that, and a big 800. I mean, that's a massive tub. That'll probably last you like 8 weeks or so, potentially, something like that. And that's me using it like quite regularly. There you go. You can get it even cheaper there. So 400 grams, 9 quid. So that obviously work out was cheaper. So yeah, so that stuff's all good. This Lucy B stuff here, again, extra virgin coconut oil. That one I think is cold pressed as well. It's like 2 or 3 quid in like the Whole Foods shop or something. Do spend a couple of quid. It tastes a lot nicer as well. It's a lot better for you. But yeah, coconut oil is nuts. The only time coconut oil is really going to work out expensive is if you're making like one of our chocolate recipes, which uses like half a tub of it. So I wouldn't recommend that really, although it is tasty. But yeah. All right, cool. Has anyone got any other questions? As I said, just kind of keep them coming. What I'll do, I'll just give you a bit of a chat about the training side of things quickly. As I said, any questions, just keep firing them over. I want to put myself on the screen so you can see my beautiful face as well. You might enjoy it. Where are we looking? You won't really. There we go. Cool. You should be able to see me now. Oh, you have to excuse the messiness of the office. We moved up here from downstairs probably about 3 weeks ago now, and I still haven't sorted out. But you can see I have a lot of books, which means I'm very clever. Well, and a lot of books. Yeah, so cool. With the training side of things, guys, what I want you to do, I said, yeah, when you sign up for the program, I told you, look, get to at least 2, preferably 3 sessions a week. Right? One on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday. That's the optimal, okay? The training, okay, it's going to elevate your metabolism for up to like 24, 48 hours after you finish training, okay? Which means you're going to burn a shed load of extra calories for free after you've actually finished training, which is what you want, all right? So maximum bang for buck, that's what we're looking for. If you're missing sessions, skipping sessions, you're not going to get results. All right. If you are getting to all the sessions, working your ass off, and doing the best that you can, then you're going to get results. You're going to get kick-ass results like every single person who's ever applied themselves properly to the program has ever gotten. Okay. There's a reason that we do like a 200% money back guarantee with all our training services, and that is because they work. All right, but they only work if you do it. All right, so when you're in the sessions, work at your own level. You don't have to be, you don't have to be keeping up with the person next door to you who's been training with me for 6 months. All right, similarly, you don't have to train at the same pace as the person next to you who maybe you're a bit fitter than. You want to go at your pace. If we're doing a 30-second effort, guys, I want you working as hard as you can for that 30 seconds. If that means you get 10 reps of an exercise done, great. If it means you get 20 reps done, great. As long as you're working at your 100%, that's cool. If you're looking across the way and you're seeing someone who's been working with me for 6 to 12 months and they've done 15 squats in 30 seconds, chances are they're working at 80%. They're not working hard enough and they need to kick up their ass. If you're doing 10 squats and you're working your ass off and you're working at your 100%, who's getting a better workout? You're getting a better workout. All right. You always get a better workout if you're putting in maximum effort. Okay, so yeah. Bottom line, make sure you're working hard to the best of your ability, and that's all that anyone can ever ask. It's all you can ask of yourself, It's all I can ask of you, and it's all you can do is just leave it all out there and make sure you're getting it done. All right, as I said, what we're going to do is add a couple of extra workouts to the program, to the file section, so you guys can actually do those if you want to do them, if you've got time, if you can get them done. There's the cardio workouts, which I popped up the other day as well, which you can have a bang at. There'll be some more going up tomorrow as well. There'll be a few things going up tomorrow for you guys. And just keep up with the program. You know, the program is progressive in nature. The longer the week's gone, the harder the sessions we get. The more, consistency is key. You know, if you're skipping sessions and missing sessions, and you wake up one morning and think, oh, I can't be arsed, or get back from work, sit down, think, oh, I can't bother to get the training, then you're not going to get a great result. You're not going to be consistently improving. But if you make sure you're consistently getting to sessions, being consistent in your attitude, consistent in your nutrition, you're going to kill it. Absolutely kill it. The results that we get speak for themselves, really. As I said, it just works. The training programs work. So work the principles, and the principles will work for you, my friends. All right. Did Dad Darren, let's have a look. Are rice cakes okay as a snack? Yeah, I mean, rice cakes are all right. I mean, they're not, obviously, if you're smashing back half a packet, they're not so brilliant. But, if you looked at per rice cake, they're not massively carbohydrate dense. So yeah, I mean, if you want the old rice cake, a bit of almond butter on there. I quite like to put a bit of meat on there actually. If I've like slow cooked a gammon joint or something, I might put a bit of that on there as a little snack. So something like that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely fine. So as I said, don't go bonkers on it. But if you want to smash back a couple of rice cakes with some meat or some hummus or like guacamole or something on there, go for it. All right. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'll leave the line open for like another 2 minutes, give you guys a chance to smash down any other questions that you got, and then we can get those answered. That looks a bit funny, let me lag there. We can get those answered while I'm on the line for you, and then we'll kind of cool time on it, and that'll be good. So I'll leave it open for another 2 minutes. So just pipe up any questions you got, and then we'll be, as I said, we'll be ready to roll. So I just read a funny message. All right, cool. I've not had any other questions come up as yet, so I reckon you guys are probably all good to go. As I said, hopefully this thing's been recorded, and it should, touch wood, just go straight up onto YouTube as well. So I can post a link in the group, all being well, and that means you guys, if you want to flick through it and have a little listen to some stuff again, then go for it. The last little thing I'll say as well, guys, is use me as much as you need to. All right. I'll be going into that group like every day, or certainly every other day, most of the time every day, to answering your questions and everything. If you've got questions, just pipe up, send me a message in the group. If you go onto the wall, tag me in a post, and then I can check it out. I get that notification. I can come and answer your question as soon as I get in there, and make sure you guys are all hunky-dory. Similarly, if you've got any questions that you want to ask me in person, then just hit me in the sessions. It's absolutely fine. Big Steve, are we meant to be submitting weight and measurements weekly? Yeah, man. So just email it to andysloanpa@gmail.com. Again, if you go into the file section of the Facebook group, everything is outlined in there that you need to do. Okay, so if you've not done it yet, just make sure you read through that, and everything is outlined in there for you as well. Cool. So look, hopefully, guys, that should wrap things up for you. As I said, hopefully this link will go live in the group for you shortly. And I'm very much excited to catch up with you guys Wednesday tomorrow. So tomorrow, sweet. Take care. Bye bye.